stock market crash, crypto crash, XRP, Bitcoin, my big prediction for this Friday, the rally. Here are the reasons. Going to bring it to you now. Why the market is risky. Below the 200 moving average, the pump on Friday, the CPI, the PPI, the tariffs, the big F. Monday earnings, so important for certain stocks on Monday. All this selling is good. Are you prepared? Are you ready? We are. We're looking over the numbers right now and we are ready to turn on the money printer. I'm going to make my predictions for this Friday of a rally. I'm all in. I've put all my money in. I've been studying the numbers over the weekend, getting ready for something really, really exciting. So are you ready? Are you with me to turn on your money printer as we look over the charts, take notice of what's going on in the markets? Well, I'm going to cover all of that now for you live in this video. You ready? Big week ahead. We've just seen what happened to XRP after the crypto summit. Was a bit of a letdown. Well, yes and no. Was it expected? Let me go through all the points I'm going to cover in this video, and if you wouldn't mind, tap the like button and share this out. I think this will be my most important video this week as we get ready for a very important week. The market is risky. Below the 200 moving average, the pump on Friday, that's my prediction. CPI on Wednesday and Thursday, PPI, tariffs, if is the big keyword here. Monday earnings and selling is good. Other things I'm going to cover as well. October 2022 fell off a cliff. What happened next? Then it rallied to all-time highs. Indeed, it did. Same as this last time, Jerome Powell gave the same message. Yep, going to talk about that as well. So here we go again. It's a repeat of what we've already seen. Rate cuts. I'm making predictions of 3 or 4 rate cuts. CPI Wednesday and PPI Thursday. Good earnings expected on Monday. It's stocks that can really move the market. Then my rally will come on Friday. This selling is good for a bottom. We may have already reached a bottom. If not, there's not much more to go. Rotation on Friday. We've got big companies, institutions selling, moving out of tech into defensive, preparing to buy back. Why would that be? Broadcom, good earnings. I made my prediction of a bounce. It did bounce. Did exactly what we expected. Then sold off again. People took profits. Now it's all a matter of relativity. If you bought at the top, this is difficult for you. If you bought 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, of course, even if just a year, 18 months ago, none of this really matters. As you can see, my 1 year, I'm still up 10%, 10,481. The reason why I'm down so much, because I've been using margin to buy the dips. So let's get ready for it. Become an investor, owner, not a trader. This is not a tradable market. Bull market is stronger, remember, and always lasts for longer than bear markets. No need to raise rates. There's no signal whatsoever to raise rates. These are all the points I'm covering on today's show. Oversold, all priced in, and all tech has 2 years left of fundamentals. All right, if that hasn't got your taste buds going, I don't know what is. Tap the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got a lot to cover. So let's get straight into it. Let's start off with what we saw on October of 2022. The markets fell off a cliff. Remember that? You should remember that. It fell off a cliff. And it did exactly the same as it's doing right now. The 200-day moving average for 6 days. We've seen it moving now, and we are ready because something else happened in 2022 when this happened, when we fell off a cliff and we went below the $200 moving average. Jerome Powell said something, and the markets rallied. The rest is history. He's just done it again. Jerome Powell has just spoken to us and delivered another speech. You may have seen it over on Friday, Thursday and Friday, you know that it's not what Jerome Powell says, it's how he says it and what he means in between. Now, let me talk about that just for a moment. Let me go and spin my chair around. You ready? Okay, let's go and have a conversation. So if you watch the FOMC report like I do, it's not what Jerome Powell says, it's what he doesn't say and the way he says it. And back in 2022, the same thing happened, and a few words at the right moment and the right time, and we had a rally. You can't fight the Fed. You may have heard that phrase before. Don't fight the Fed. Well, this is a perfect example. And during that speech that Jerome Powell gave, he gave us the impression that rate cuts are around the corner. In fact, they could even come as early as March this month. Very, very exciting. Remember, they can reduce rates as well as increase rates at any time. But he gave us the impression there is no weakness in the market. The jobs is good. We had a good jobs report as well. It wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad either. It was as expected, and as expected is always good. Remember, the markets is all about certainty, and right now we've got uncertainty. When we have uncertainty, those that have been in the market for a long time take their profits and sell out. That's what we've got right now. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but people have taken profit. And if you bought 3 or 4 years ago and you were up 100%, why would you worry and stress with the market? Take your money out, put it in earning 4 or 5%, 4.5% in Robinhood, and come back when there's certainty. You don't have to risk your money. You don't want to see your portfolio go down. Different from me, however, I am early in the journey, only a few years in, and my portfolio hasn't exploded yet. It's had some good growth, done very well, but it's not where I want it yet. I'm still growing, so I'm not really overly protecting my money. I'm leaving my money where it is. In fact, I've been buying more, and I've been using my margin to do so as well. But what we heard from Jerome Powell's speech was there are no reasons to raise rates. And as we said with the Broadcom earnings, all the earnings are good, not just Broadcom, but all the earnings are good. Most of the earnings that we've seen on the S&P 500 have reported well. So the economy is good, GDP is good, PPI will be fine, CPI, all of that will happen on Thursday, and then the rally will come on Friday. We had a bit of a scare on the jobs report. We had a pump, then a dump again. Why did we have the dump? No, it wasn't because of the jobs report. It was because those that could take some profit took profit as they didn't want to be in the market for the uncertainty. Let's spin my chair around again. All right, let's come back to this position now, and let's go through a few more points I want to talk about right now. We did see the crypto summit, a lot of excitement around the crypto summit. People were getting excited. They kind of should have done at the same time. Well, it depends how you read it. We did hear from the CFO of Ripple that to prepare, basically, that's what he was saying. Between the lines, Ripple could suddenly dump all their position, and they could just flood the market with XRP and release it all into the fund, or put it up for sale, or donate it to Trump's reserve, whatever. They basically warned us, and they told us we don't care about you as a trader. They don't. So it's time to adopt a different attitude. Stop thinking as a trader, think as an investor. So my prediction is on Friday, we're going to get a rally across everything. CPI and PPI is going to come in good. Tariffs, the big F in tariffs is if. Are we going to get the tariffs? Well, we got them now. Are they going to be dropped this week? My guess is probably more likely. If not, they'll be watered down. I also mentioned earnings. We've got some really important companies reporting on Monday who I expect to be on earnings. So let me go through a few more things. I did say that I thought we would get a couple of rate cuts this year when everybody else was saying, no, it's all taken off the table. Once there were 4, then there were none. And now they're back with me again. I never changed. I said there'll be 2 rate cuts this year, maybe 3. Well, now it's maybe 4. Not from me. I'm still sticking with my 3. But the point is, they're back on for as far as everybody else is concerned. So we've priced in a bottom. We believe rate cuts are around the corner. Now, we don't want the Fed to jump too quickly just for the sake of it. We don't want a reactionary Fed. We don't want a Paul Volcker. We want the Fed to move when it's right to move, not on weakness or instability. They're waiting to see what Trump does with the tariffs. All of that is good, and all of that was mentioned in Jerome Powell's speech. Now, why I say the rally on Friday is because certain institutions have been taking profit from tech stocks, expecting a drop Monday, buying defensives are rallying, and then they'll sell back and rotate back in on Friday. That's what people are telling me. CEOs that I'm talking to about, are in the process of doing buybacks and about to rotate back into tech. So that's why I'm saying the rally comes on Friday. We know the economy's strong. We talked about Broadcom and we said there would be a pump on Broadcom, and there was. The jobs report was good. Many people got fearful over the jobs report. It wasn't actually anywhere near as bad as everyone expected. In fact, it was as expected and rather good. Now you've got to change from becoming a trader to a long-term investor. You know, and I'm going to share with you exactly so you can see exactly what I've been doing. This is my position. This is my view. I'm only in the S&P 500. And if we scroll all the way down here, you will see I've got 99.89% of my position in VU, $263,000. I'm an investor. I'm trying to acquire more and more shares of VU without selling. I had to sell one share to cover my interest payment for my upcoming margin interest, and I showed you how I did that using a technical margin call. I would have got one, not margin call from the point of view of I've overstretched and my account's been margin call, but I used all my margin. I need some cash, a buying power to at least pay my margin. So if you've not seen that video, look below in the description and the comments. And I'll give you that link. You want to go and see how I sold one share correctly using tax lots to get a tax benefit at the same time as be able to release some capital to pay off my margin. If you go over to my Roth IRA, you will see the remainder of my money also in the S&P 500. You can see just there, look, and it's 100% in. So you put the two balances together and you've got over $300,000 invested. So you can say I'm extremely bullish. I am an investor. We need to understand what we own. Now, this is very important because we had a big scare with XRP. I believe Sensei has just covered it on his live show. Thank you, Sensei, for doing a great show. I know it will be a great show. As I prepare this video, I know you'll be preparing for the Sunday show. So XRP really confused a lot of people. They thought there would be a rally. The CFO told you, we do not care about trading this asset. As I've always said, the real money is not trading crypto. The real money is buying the system, the network, the infrastructure that uses it. I've said this over and over again. The time of buying and selling and trading crypto will come to an end. The majority of meme coins, the binky bonk, the fart coins, all these things are going to go away. These are just silly things that appeared because when you have new technology, everyone jumps in and starts trying to find a way to make a few quid or a few bucks here and there quickly. But really, the real money is looking to see where the technology will be used and investing in those assets. For example, the banks, the financial sector, fintech, Robinhood, Ripple itself when it comes available. So it's disappointing for those who are expecting a pump. We still believe it will go to $10, no question about it. But it was very much buy the rumor, sell the news. It wasn't really a surprise, particularly if you think that the rest of the up to the 100 billion of XRP is going to be released. There is a bit of dilution there, so the overall value is bound to go down for a while, but it'll all come back again. Right, so let's wrap this up. The crypto summit was disappointed, but shouldn't have been. You got exactly what you were asked for, really. So I'm also going to remind you as well to don't bet against the bulls. This is a very, very important point, and I often get criticized for always being a bull rather than considering the bearish option. And let me explain why. I think this is a really important point. Often bulls get criticized for always being bullish. Well, it's not because I believe the markets are always going to go up. In fact, not that way at all. But I am always an investor, mainly, not a trader. Yes, I take some trades on my Roth IRA, but predominantly I'm an investor. I'm all about acquiring more when it goes down to add more and more position. So I'm building more and more shares, growing my portfolio. So when things go up, it goes up faster. I'll even use margin, as you know. The reality is, it's the beginning of time. Bull markets always last longer than bear markets, and bull markets are always stronger. We often talk about down the stairs and up the elevator. You only need to be in on the 10 best days the whole year for your portfolio to flourish. Most retail investors get scared when they see the markets being dumped and they miss the pumps, and then they have to chase the stock and it's all over. They've missed it once again. Remaining in, buying the dips is the only way. For most people, the best thing to do is just buy the S&P 500. Long term, if you're talking about where you want to be in the future, most people are just better off buying the S&P, buying the main index, and buying the macro dips. And when I talk about macro dips, I talk about when the companies are doing well and everything about the company is good that you own, the 500 businesses in the index. It's external conditions which are not bad, but they are providing volatility due to uncertainty. For example, tariffs right now, and how the Fed are going to react to it. So when I talk about being a bull and I get accused of being a perma-bull, it's not because I think the markets can always go up, but they will always go up long term, and I want to be in and take advantage. I want to take advantage of all of those gains. I don't want to miss those gains. So by simply buying the dip, staying in, you're going to win long term. I know it's painful. No one wants to see it keep going down. But, however, that is the time to be in the market. And I've noticed after this last couple of weeks on our main stock show, I know we cover XRP a lot at the moment because the crypto summit, but we are mainly a stock investor channel, even though we rank number one for XRP a lot as well. I've seen the numbers go down. We get more people in watching the show on green days, and it should be the opposite. That's why I'm covering all the earnings when it's hard. I'm buying the dips, going all in, finding ways to raise capital. Like a couple of days ago, I sold my Robinhood gold card for $1,350 and bought another 2.5 shares of the S&P. I'm always finding ways to buy more, stay in the game. Very, very important. All right. So let's wrap this up of what we're going to get this week. Let's be absolutely clear what we're going to get this week. The markets are oversold. Many stocks like Tesla have moved below the RSI oversold levels. The indicators are everywhere. All of the bad news is already priced in. There could be a little bit more. No one can predict the bottom, and I'm not going to claim to do so. But at the end of the day, there are still 2 years left in tech of a bull market. Yes, another 2 years. So we might get a sideways action this year, but we'll still be in a bullish market on tech for another couple of years. So we've got plenty of time to rally. And if we rally and we end up going up 20% this year and 20% next year, I'm just making up a number. I have no idea what the markets are going to do. And then they pull back. You'll still be up from where you are today. And at that point, you can start adding more once again. So what have we learned from today? Well, I'm making my prediction. The market is risky, no question about it. We've now moved below the 200 moving average, 200-day moving average. When we last had this situation, we had a pump because of Jerome Powell. He just spoke. We saw the pump on Friday. It could take off this Friday again in a much bigger way. CPI, PPI, I think will come in fine. There'll be volatility. It'll allow those who want to trade it to pump it up and dump it. I'll just be looking to acquire more. The earnings on Monday, I'm pretty certain they're going to be great. I've read the balance sheet. I'm happy with what we're going to report on Monday. And all this selling pressure is good. So there we go. Join me in the morning. I'm going to be live at 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to be live all day. We've got members events again. It will be it will be my birthday show. It will be a members only show on Monday because I'm going to be drinking whiskey and having a laugh with my members, and it's a show for the members. If you want to become a member, please click the links below and all the rest of it, because tomorrow is a special members only event as it's my birthday today, but I'll be celebrating as in March the 9th. This video is coming out on March the 9th. But it's important to remember that tomorrow's show, which is March the 10th, will be a members only live stream. All right. I'll give you all the links above my head, down below in the description. I'll pin all the different events that you want to see with Sensei, what Sensei's doing, what I'll be doing on Monday morning, and join us for the opening of the market at 7 p.m. Central tonight. I'll be live on my X account, sharing with you my thoughts as the market opens. If you want to follow me on X, links are below. And over here, I shall put the event for the morning. It's a members only special, as I'll be celebrating my birthday on Monday morning. And down here, I should put something else that I think you'll find useful. That's it from me. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.